Good afternoon, everyone. We are here at the William Allman Memorial Arena in Stratford, Ontario for this afternoon's Western Ontario Super Hockey League contest between the 12-1 Elora Rocks, they're the visiting team, and the 5-6-1 Stratford Fighting Irish. Andrew Rogers on the play-by-play, welcoming you into the Allman here. I'm with my color commentator, Brian Hawley. Always a pleasure to be joined by him for these hockey games. Brian, what are your keys to the game? Let's do our intro.
Okay, well, nice to be here. Thanks for that, Andrew. It's a big game for Stratford. They've won 4 straight at home. Now they're playing the #1 team in the league, with an asterisk there in the fact that the first thing that we need to talk about, I feel like, is that the league leading scorer, Alex Utley, won't be playing tonight for Elora. They're missing a few horses. That is the nature of the beast in this league, that we miss players because of commitments and injuries and what have you. But missing Utley is a horse of a different color. Here's a guy who's averaging 3 points a game plus, and he's been a leader on this team. I had a great chat with Rich Whitmore before the game. He said last night they were missing Utley as well, and another group of players stepped up for them, and that's what they're really going to need to do. I asked him what kind of a challenge Stratford presents. He told me #1 is in net with Torquia. Nathan Torquia, who has been a real stabilizing fixture for Stratford since they got him about 6 weeks ago, something like that. So that's #1. He considers he and their own goaltender, Colin Dunn, to be 2 of the best in the league. And so that's the big thing for them. They got to get in on him, get some shots, get some rebounds, go to the net hard. They got to forecheck hard because if nothing else, Stratford has in the past had a propensity to turn the puck over in their own zone, so real important there. On the other side of the puck, the Stratford team, as I mentioned, has won 4 straight at home. They're really starting to gel and come into their own. As I mentioned, Torquay is playing real well. The big move, after having talked to Jamie Petrie, their head coach, before the game, the big move for Stratford was moving Sean O'Brien back to the defense. He considers O'Brien to be one of the best defensemen in the league, even though he's kind of transplanted back from forward. The nice thing about Stratford is they've still got the Robbins line that can produce. And the thing about, we've seen O'Brien play, he can dictate the pace of the game all by himself. He can go on the rush. He's very good on the back check. He's good in the corners. He's responsible in front of the net. So in the end, a short-handed Elora team with a hot Stratford team. Boy, howdy, I think this is going to be a real good hockey game tonight.
Well said, Brian. So last night we had Elora and Tillsonburg in Elora. Elora winning 5-3. Zach Cameron had a couple goals in the hockey game, including the first one, which was the teddy bear toss goal. That was a big deal for them. It was a great night all around. It was also a Hockey Fights Cancer game for them. Great crowd on hand, unbelievable atmosphere, and a big win. Tillsonburg, on the other hand, they're reeling. They've lost 5 of the last 6. They're at 6-8. They're only 1 clear of Stratford, so Stratford with a win could actually hop into 3rd place for about 20 minutes before Tillsonburg hosts Alvinston in the Hockey Fights Cancer game, and Tillsonburg and Teddy Bear Toss game tonight. So that's the other game. That goes at 7:30 in Tillsonburg. Now, of course, we did have a cancellation. Strathroy was supposed to play last night against Alvinston, had a player test positive for COVID. Every one of the other players has come back negative. They advised against playing, though, and they move on and they'll reschedule that at a later date. However, tonight's game, that's the focus. Take us through our goalie matchup. How about that one?
This is a premier matchup in net tonight. Boy, Colin Dunn is probably the best goaltender in the league. And on the other end, Stratford's got their horse, Nathan Torquia. I've already talked to about the goaltenders. This is a real great matchup. This is as good a matchup as we're going to see in this league for goaltenders. There are other good goalies in the league, excuse me, but these two, I'm really looking forward to these two locking horns tonight.
It'll be a heck of a matchup. It's going to be a fun couple of weeks here in Stratford. They got a number of things planned for today after the game. It's the staff Christmas party. That's a big deal. And then next week is the Christmas game here against the Alvinston Killer Bees at 4:30 next Saturday. And that's going to be a heck of an afternoon as well. A lot of prizes to be had in that game, and it should be a boatload of fun. We're about set for the national anthem, and then puck drop after that. We'll be with you on the other side of that. Enjoy. folks. We are ready to go here in Stratford between the Stratford Fighting Irish and the Elora Rocks. Starting in goal for the Elora Rocks, number 1, Colin Dunn. Starting in goal for the Stratford Fighting Irish, number 1, Nathan Torkia. Not playing for Elora, it's a long list. Number 10, Charlie Stevens. Number 17, Clayton Holger. Number 23, Andrew Whalen. Number 26, Joey Heath. Number 27, Mikey Giacometti. Number 72, Aaron Smith. Number 73, Sean Pickering. Number 92, Luke Baleshta. Number 93, Alex Utley. We'll go over the Stratford ones at the first stoppage here, and we are underway. Stratford in their home whites, while Elora dons their victory, or away visitor, that's what I meant, blues. And we are underway here. Broken stick on the ice is Jacob Blacks. He's going to have to go off for a new one. That's unfortunate. That's going to cost him. This is up the boards, and it's going to be Sean O'Brien on defense coming back for it into his own end. He'll put it around. It's going to be Ray Robbins off the boards to the line. It's off of the glove of Spencer McCormick, and they're going to whistle this down. Scratches for the Stratford Fighting Irish, number 7, Colin Martin. Number 17, Tyler Arsenault. Number 19, Ryan McDonald. Number 23, Mason Cromwell. Number 55, Matt Martin, and number 81, Tanner Johnson. Playing tonight, number 19, Channing George of the Stratford Fighting Irish. Great to see him in the lineup. We'll see if he has a big impact coming in his first game. Puck is played up the boards, and it's going to be played ahead. That one by 21, Brendan Merritt. He gets dumped, but now it's Sean O'Brien with the puck. He'll put it over to Merritt. He's going to go up the boards with it, make a nice move, and into the zone he comes. Into the middle, shot. Nice save by Dunn, rebound! Oh, Broomhead had a couple whacks at it, but it failed to get by Dunn. I think he might have made a couple nice saves there. This is ahead. Zach Cameron in across the line with it. Backhands it into the middle. It's going to be picked up, though, by the Irish. They're going to bring it ahead. Look out. It's intercepted. Oh, Jeremy Goodwin. I think he got crossed up with his own teammate, Zach Cameron, on that, but he wasn't able to get a shot away. Good early pressure.
Well, a near disaster for Stratford on a bad giveaway. This is precisely what we talked about pregame. And Elora wants to get on the forecheck and force turnovers.
Absolutely. This one is going to be off a skate and back into the Irish zone. They're going to have to come back for it. And Mitch Casey's out there now. He'll play it ahead. This one's Andrew Bogdan's puck. He's going to get to the center line, dump it in. I think he was on his side of center, but they no icing there. This one's going to come ahead, and it's Elora transitioning quickly out of the zone. Good defensive play, though, by Bogdan. He'll put it off the boards and then hit his man and send that puck in. Good check there on number 12, Mason Sinkeldam of the Elora Rocks. This puck is in. Trevor Lord trying to get the puck off of Torquia, but this one's going to come all the way out, back into the Elora zone. Elora winning, like I said earlier, 5-3 last night against Tillsonburg. That one's off the, whoa, I thought that went off the scoreboard. That was really close, but they let him play on here. And now it's Stratford in the Elora zone. They tried to get a shot away to the middle, but it was intercepted. Puck is ahead, and it's going to come back into the Elora zone. Dunn's going to have to come out and play it, and he will put it around. George put it into the middle, number 19. I'm going to refer to him as George of the Jungle at least once. I just did, but I'm going to do it again. It's going to be fun, too. If he scores, that should be the way we announce it, right? George of the Jungle, strong as he can be. Oh, I love it. This puck is out into the center ice area.
Your love of cartoons inspires me.
Hey, man, I'm young at heart. I got a young person's soul is what I got. It's okay. All right.
That's it. Own it.
Thanks, cameraman, for saying that's what my dad says. All right. That makes me feel ancient. Penalty coming up here to the Irish, and they're going to be shorthanded first. That's awesome, buddy.
Interesting, the new fella, Channing George, they put him on a line with Gus Edwards, who they moved up from defense.
Oh, that'd be...
And Clayton Lewis.
That'd be Zach Edwards.
Excuse me, Zach Edwards. Okay. My bad. Anyway, we got an early Stratford penalty here, tripping beside the net. Get an early look at the Elora power play, which is depleted, missing their two best players.
So with 16:49 to play, Brett Denny goes off for tripping. And the Irish are going to be shorthanded here. We see the Elora Rocks power play. It must be good because they're the top team in the league for a reason. I imagine the power play has something to do with that. What a block! Oh, and I think Ray Robbins felt that one. I think that might have went a little low. He's an absolute beast out there right now on this penalty kill for the Irish. Number 9. O'Brien. Oh, he gives it away! Ty Campbell in front. He couldn't turn around and get a shot away. Robbins gets crushed from behind by Campbell. He looks to be okay, though. He's up and going. This puck is going to come out. Good play there. That one by Cameron Stokes to get that puck out. Great penalty kill.
What a shift by Robbins. He really paid the price out there, blocked a shot, took a hit, got the puck out.
It's physical out there early, and I sense that it's going to be the theme of this afternoon's contest, Brian.
That's how we know Elora likes to roll. They like to roll 4 lines. They like to skate. They're big, they're deep. They like to forecheck. They're going to make Stratford pay the price tonight.
Puck in the Elora zone as they break out on the remaining part of this power play. Not sure how much time it's got left. I can't see the scoreboard here in Stratford. This puck is across, about a minute, let's say. That one's in off of a body, and Petrie gets to the line. It's kept in by Ed Gaffney, number 9. Puck is going to come to Trevor Lord on the sideboards. Puts it back to Gaffney. He'll get it back. Lord over to Gaffney. Blasted. Oh, that went off the heel of his stick. He didn't get any of it that he hoped. And now it's going to be in the feet. Lord got it. Puts it into the middle. Can't get a shot away, though. Good defensive coverage by Stratford here. This one's back to Gaffney across. Sinkeldam shot. That one took a deflection just wide. Rebound. Oh, that one just wide. That one off of the stick of number 21, Steve Dole of Elora, just wide on the blocker side. Back to the line. Gaffney's got it again. Shot. Nice save by Torquay. He gloves that down, and he holds it for a face-off as the end of the penalty, or as the penalty to Denny expires. Go ahead.
Real good looking Elora power play, despite the fact that they're depleted of their top players. They're moving the puck well. They're getting the puck to the net, maintaining possession. They would have had another couple chances, just a couple of point shots going off the heel of the sticks.
This team is loaded, Brian. There's no shortage of depth on this team, even with top guys out of the lineup. They still got guys that can produce and fly out there.
Absolutely they do.
Jacob Black with the puck now, backhanded toward the net. Spencer Gorley couldn't get a hold of that, and it's going to come to the line. It's kept in. Shot by McCormick was blocked, and now it's going to be George turning with it, and he'll bring it ahead. In across the line, Dunn will play it out. It's going to still be in the Elora zone, and Mark Hamilton will play it off the boards. He takes a check. This is in the neutral zone. George will go after it. He can't come up with the puck, though, and it's Mark Hamilton now on his own end. He takes it in front of Dunn, and he'll throw it up. It's going to be easily intercepted, though, by Clayton Lewis. They're at the end of his shift to get a wholesale change. All 5 bodies will switch on the Irish bench. I smell pizza. There it is. Thanks, Teal. Appreciate that. I'm starving, but okay. Go ahead. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't want to deprive the kids of their pizza. No, you're not. You're a camera operator. You're like a little man, buddy. This one's in the front, and Merritt will pick that off. All right. Don't make me eat my own words. I'm starving. Broomhead puts it back. Fiera shot. Nice save by Dunn. Fiera bats it down to Merritt. This is a new look line. That one's on Dunn, and he'll hold it for a faceoff. He didn't know where that was, but interesting line combination. Merritt with Broomhead and Fiera.
Yes, Ferrer out there centering these 2 good sniper wingers that they've got. It's an interesting line combination. I was just going to mention that. Well put, Andrew. It's very interesting to see where that line is going to go, to see if they're able to get some pressure down low on this Elora team.
Face off in the Elora zone. It's going to be picked up, though, by Jeremy Goodwin, number 15. He'll throw it ahead, and it's going to come into the neutral zone. Kelt over to O'Brien. He'll put it ahead. Brulot, the Elora captain, throws it across to Ray Robbins. Shot. Nice save by Dunn. Goodwin has it. He'll backhand it into the neutral zone, and O'Brien's going to have to come back after it. They're going to say no icing. That was an interesting one. I thought maybe for sure it would be, with O'Brien stretching to try and touch it, but he couldn't get to it. Cameron had the puck go by him, and O'Brien picks it up and throw it ahead to Brulot. Backhand, nifty one to Ray Robbins, but he couldn't control it in the neutral zone. Back in across the line, Ty Campbell loses it for Elora. Cameron Stokes will come ahead. Nifty move. He's got a chance. Shot. Oh, that just missed on the blocker side of Dunn. Good chance, though, by Cameron Stokes. Got a lot of speed out there, number 77.
He's played some real good hockey the last 3 weeks, proving to be a real good addition for Stratford. and he meshes quite well with Robbins at center ice.
Yeah, Stokes with a pair of goals and 5 assists for 7 points on the season thus far. That one's deflected out of play. We'll get a whistle.
I think that Stokes' numbers belie his contribution to this team. He's a good forechecker. He's come up with points in big situations for Stratford. We know that the last couple of weeks they scored some big goals in the third period to get points on the board.
Yeah, he does a lot of good things for this team. You're right, Brian. Oh, they score! Shot from the line. Beats Dunn. I didn't see how that one went in, did you?
Granger's shot was a seeing eye shot that went right in the top corner that Dunn had no chance on.
11:57 to play, Brian.
Petrie won the face-off back. Nice play to get it back to the point. And again, just a seeing eye wrist shot right in the top corner.
So with, like I said, 11:57 to play, Stratford strikes first and they lead it 1-0. We'll see who gets credit for it. Could be Granger with the point shot, the seeing eye point shot that beats Dunn. Either way, it's 1-0 Stratford. This puck is into the Irish zone and they'll be back for it. So Elora in the early 1-0 hole. We'll see how they respond. Puck back to Gaffney. He'll throw it across. Matt Granger's going to get credit for this goal. For Granger, that's his 3rd of the year and 6th point. Maverick Petrie with the assist. And number 64, Andrew Bogdan. So give the assist to 18 and 64 on the goal by Granger, his 3rd of the season. Gives the Irish a 1-0 lead. That defensive pair I've been really impressed with as well, Brian, with Granger and Mitch Casey on that defensive pair. Very good. They've been very good, and they've been paired up a lot throughout the course of the season for the Irish.
I agree. Of course, Casey is an offensive-minded defenseman. Granger, just a good skater, real solid defender. Good pairing.
Yep, they've been very, very good for the Irish this season. This one's back to the line. There's a shot. They score! Another goal from the line, and that's Brett Denny this time. And Colin Dunn is not happy in the Elora Rocks net. He can't believe that one beat him. And he's going to have to settle down or this game could get out of hand. It's 2-0 Stratford. Again, they score from the line.
Another shot from the point, another screen shot. And I'm not sure if Dunn is mad that he missed it or mad that he couldn't see it because they're not giving him a sight line to see. But a real good play walking the blue line by Denny. He could have let it go right away. He went a little bit middle, waited till the screen developed and shot it on net.
Here comes Elora the other way. Shot! Where's that puck? Nice stop by Torquia. That one was on Spencer McCormick trying to make a rush and make a move. He almost answered right away. What a chance.
Great rush there where McCormick just walked right around Zarek.
So Brett Denny gets credit. Zach Edwards with an assist. And that was it. So Edwards is the lone assist. And we have 10:30 to play now here in the first period. And the Stratford Fighting Irish lead it 2-0 for Denny. That's his 2nd goal of the year and 5th point. This one's ahead. Here's Brendan Merritt with it. Into the middle. He was looking for Fiera. It was out of his reach, and McCormick will play it back. This one's going to go all the way down the ice, and again, no icing. Nice move by O'Brien there in behind his net to get past that forechecker. It's ahead to Broomhead. They have 3 in across the line. Pass for Fiera was picked off beautifully by McCormick, and here he comes the other way. He'll leave it. Gourlay. Back to McCormick. Into the middle, he was looking for Black. That would have been a beautiful goal had it worked out. But this one's off the glass and out. What a chance there.
We're really going to have to keep our eyes on Spencer McCormick, number 13. He has had a really good start to this hockey game. He looks pretty smooth tonight.
Yeah, he's really good, Brian. I haven't seen him play quite a few times this year. He's a beauty. He played he last played in Tavistock for the Royals before he joined the Elora Rocks this season. So, but man, he's good. He is very, very good. The nice thing about him, Brian, too, he's very versatile. He can play both forward and defense. Very, very good.
Well, it was he that made that nice play on defense to break up the rush and then made the nice pass to set up the scoring chance.
Puck is into the Stratford zone. It'll be played up the boards. Yanni Skropoulos will pick it up. This one's going to come across to Zach Cameron. Shot! Turned! Oh, and that's going to be a penalty. Oh, 100% that's a penalty against Mitch Casey. And it's going to be a delayed call against Stratford here. And Elora is going to set it up, and they're going to get done off for the extra attacker. That's as clear as they'd come. Casey caught the puck near Torquia and then threw it out of the zone. You can't do that. As much as Mitch Casey says he batted that down, there's no way. Sorry, but no.
Well, unfortunately for Mitch, he's the only one in the rink who doesn't think that's a penalty. So, yeah, that's. It looked like it might have been, I don't know, the way it came off his glove there, I thought it was a curveball, could have been a cutter, I'm not sure. But anyway, it was well thrown, got the puck out, but unfortunately, in this sport, that's illegal.
Oh man, you and the baseball references, I should have known that was coming, oh my God. Oh, now we'll see again the Elora power play. They'll go to work here. There's a shot, it's loose, scores! Brad Crisco scores on the power play for Elora, and they're back in it. It's 2-1. Great goal by Crisco.
Just like that, a shot on net, backside rebound for Crisco, and he made no mistake on it. It looked like Torquia maybe had a chance to make a circus save there, but to no avail.
Man, it would have been quite the save. It would have been quite the save, Brian, that's for sure. I mean, that would have been highlight reel. But, yeah, so fortunately it's an Elora goal on the power play there as Mitch Casey was off for putting his hand on the puck as he caught that puck and then threw it out of the zone and was called for the penalty for delay of game. But Elora strikes Brad Crisco. He had the winner last night against Tillsonburg, and it's his 5th of the year. Spencer McCormick with an assist, and the only assist. So for McCormick, Brian, that assist gives him 20 points on the year. He's been very impressive. Steve Dole gets checked down there by Elora. I didn't see who administered the check. This puck is out.
It was his own teammate Hamilton who came flying in there and hit his own guy when he missed the Stratford player.
Well, okay then. Thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate it. This one's going to come in off a body and in on Torquia, and he'll glove it down. So we have 7:37 to go here in the first period. It's 2-1 Stratford. It's been a very entertaining first period.
It has so, and I think that any thoughts that the teeth were out of the Elora power play needs to go by the wayside. Clearly, Elora still has enough firepower to put a very good power play on the ice. Stratford better start staying out of the penalty box.
Gaffney from the line. That's stopped by Torquia with the blocker hand. Ray Robbins is going to pick it up. He'll go firing around his net, but he gives the puck away at the line. Sinkeldam kept it in, but it's going to be picked up by the Irish. It's ahead. It was in some skates, though. Big pile of a cluster of bodies there at the line. But this one's going to be all the way back in the Elora end. Ed Gaffney's going to pick it up. He'll play it across. Kudos to Elora, too, last night, Brian. They had a heck of a night. Hockey Fights Cancer in the teddy bear toss game. A great crowd on hand. Not sure what the final numbers were, but it was a great attended event in WOSHL for WOSHL history for sure.
Absolutely. Having chatted with the Elora coaching staff pre-game, they said there was just over 400, and he had a little smile on his face. You know, the fact that they're doing so well, drawing so well. You and I have been there a couple times. It is a really great rink to watch a hockey game. Folks, if you're listening at home, you live anywhere near Elora, head up to that barn and watch a game on a Friday night. It's a really good atmosphere.
Well, not to mention, Brian, the fact that this is the last year they'll be playing in the Elora Rocks arena, as next year it'll be demolished and they'll be building a new arena. Their games, I've been told, next year will take place in Fergus. I don't know if that's confirmed yet, but I believe that is the plan as according to now.
Thanks for that update. That was information I didn't know about. That was a good shift for Stratford, a good bounce back shift. And Stokes again doing what Stokes does. He skates well, he moves the puck well, he forechecks well, does everything well, causes a lot of headache in the Elora zone.
Puck is into the neutral zone, will be played by Stratford. Condata gets the puck, he'll play it into the Stratford end, and it's going to be Matt Granger with it. Granger throws it around. Nice play by Stratford to get this puck out, and here comes Edwards. Shot, that goes wide on the blocker side. Good chance, though, by Stratford on the 2-on-1 there. Edwards electing to keep his shot, though, just wide on the blocker side. Now it's Mitch Casey with the puck in his own end. He'll put it across. Going to be Granger. He'll throw it into the middle. It'll be picked up there by George. And, Stratford's going to have to be careful there. Campbell putting it in. Goodwin searching around for it, but he couldn't come up with the puck. Now it's Skropolis at the line. Shot. Whoa! Clayton Lewis was dumped in the middle, and this puck is all the way down, and now they're going to blow the whistle, and I think they're going to send both maybe here. But Goodwin and Clayton Lewis, there's a bit of a size differential there, not the smartest, but Goodwin obviously had a lot to say, and there's going to be a penalty here. Go ahead, Brian.
There's a cross-check in front of the net. Goodwin is very upset about what went down there. I'll admit I missed the first part of that, but he was really angry with Clayton Lewis, so that's an opportunity now for Stratford's power play to show their teeth.
5:40 to go here in the first period, and the Stratford Fighting Irish are on the power play here with Goodwin in the box. What a goal that was! Wow! Off the end boards, Ray Robbins stuffs it between his legs and puts it in the open side. Wow, what a goal. Highlight.
Put a ring around that circus. The puck just went wide on the rebound. I didn't see, I think it was Brulot that took the shot. It just went wide. And like you said, Andrew, the puck was coming in but didn't have the steam to get back out in front of the net. Robbins sticks it between his feet and pulls off, tucks it in the near side. What a goal. All of 5-6 seconds on the power play. What a beautiful goal. 3-1 Stratford.
Wow, Ray Robbins, man, he has a flair for the dramatic. That's NHL level goal right there. You see stuff like that in like all-star games and skills competitions, but boy, to do that in an actual game, that takes a lot of skill.
It certainly does, and the Elora coaching staff, when I asked him what problems Stratford would present to them tonight, number one obviously was Torquia. Number two, right away, Ray Robbins, who he considers, the Elora coaching staff considers to be one of the best players in the league. I would agree with him.
Ray Robbins with the goal, highlight reel. Tanner Fiera with the assist. Graham Brulot with the secondary. So it's the scoring play is 9 from 10 and 79 on the power play, and that makes it 3-1. So for Robbins, that's his 8th goal of the year, 19th point. He's been an absolute firecracker on this team.
Oh, he's a stud, absolutely, and like I said, you can't say enough good things about that young man.
Back to the line, Sinkeldam's shot, that goes off a stick and out. In behind, off the netting and behind Torquia. The faceoff's going to remain in the Stratford zone.
And that Stratford power play looking better and better every week now. Where they're moving the puck, they use that because they've moved O'Brien back to forward, or excuse me, back to the defense. Technically speaking, it is a 5-forward power play, and ever since they started doing that, that power play has been clicking for about the last 3 weeks now.
It's good to see for Stratford. They're definitely going to need to rely on that. The man advantage is crucial for any team's success, Brian. I think. That's where the game is won and lost. Special teams. I think if you ask anybody, that they tell you that.
100%. Now we've got a power play goal for either side, and I think, like I say, the message is hopefully going to sink in at some point soon. Both these teams need to stay out of the box. And really, who thought that Stratford was going to score 3 goals in the first 15 minutes of this game? Well,
I certainly wouldn't have put that. That one's in off the stick from the neutral zone of the Elora's number 9, Ed Gaffney, and it's into the netting. We'll see where the faceoff is. They're going to bring it outside the zone. But yeah, if you had asked me before the game if Stratford would have even scored 3 against Colin Dunn, I would have been shocked. Colin Dunn's been one of the better goalies in this league. He alongside Josh Diamond. Obviously, Nathan Torquia has been really solid since he's come in. But Dunn's been nothing short of spectacular for this Elora Rocks team.
I believe he's 10-0 this year.
Yeah, no, I think you could be right on that. You know what though? I'm not 100% sure of this, but I'm wondering if he got the loss, their only loss of the year against Tilsonburg, because I know they split. It could have been Ed Davey that started and Dunn was the one to come in relief, which would mean that he wouldn't get credited with the loss. But I'm not 100% sure of that. This puck is stopped by Dunn, and they'll bring it out. The Elora Rocks the other way. Goodwin gets pinched off by Robbins. And this puck is around by Torquia. Be stopped there by Goodwin. He takes a check. Goodwin's down on the puck. Puck is somewhere there. They fight for it. Stokes is going to put it off the glass and out. Good shift there by the Irish defensively. Jeremy
Goodwin is in a mood. Boy, oh boy. He has really got his back up. We'll see where this goes the rest of the game, but he seems to be in quite, he's got a burr in his bonnet, I think is what the saying says.
Shot by Clayton Lewis is stopped by Dunn, and he'll hold on for a faceoff. Yeah, you're right. Jeremy Goodwin got a little bit of fuel because he's been on the wrong side of that one that he thought he shouldn't have got a penalty for at least, or he should have thought, or maybe he did think that both of them were going to go, but then they only sent him instead. But he's not a little guy either. He's a big guy.
He's one of the biggest guys on the ice out there for sure.
Well, and that's a testament to Stratford being a little smaller than most. This puck's going to come ahead. Trevor Lord is just out of his reach. He's going to get the puck in the corner. Back to the line to McCormick. This puck is to the middle. Going to be intercepted there, and it's going to be George the other way. Number 19. Looks to be a swift skater out there. I've been pretty impressed by him. Couple shifts.
Yeah, he's had a good start for that team, and it's interesting the line matchup that he's put out there. They've been put out there with.
Well, like I say, so far so good. There's a shot, and they score. A bad break in front, and it's going to be number 21, Steve Dole, that's going to get it. He puts it past the glove hand side of Torquia with 2:24 remaining, and that makes it 3-2 for the Irish.
Well, that was a little bit sloppy there. Coach Jamie Petrie's not going to be happy with that. Just a situation where they had an even man rush. Everybody was taking their check, and for some reason the puck just popped free to a guy not being attended to. So that's an unfortunate goal for Stratford, but a much needed one for Elora.
So that makes it 5 goals here in the first period between the two teams. A little bit of a surprise there. Thought it would have been more tight. Checking, there's a shot. Oh, how did that miss? Brendan Merritt on the backhand put it just wide. I don't think he got all of it though. Boy, he had the whole cage to himself there and just put it wide. He'll be shaking his head over that one. Goals are hard to come by for the number 21 of the Irish.
He's been a little bit snake bit since he showed up in Stratford. We know he's a more productive player. He's been showing. He got one a couple of weeks ago, and so eventually, though, a guy like that's going to break out.
So for the goal scorer is Steve Dole. One of the assists is Spencer McCormick. I didn't catch the second. There was one right before it, though. Could have been maybe, no, 13. With the one assist, I didn't catch the second. So I'll have to check that at intermission. But either way, it's 3-2 for the Irish here on Steve Dole's 4th of the year. Go ahead.
One thing I've noticed about this hockey game, ever since Stratford's 3rd goal, Elora's really ratcheted up the physical side of their game.
Well, and they're one of the better teams to play that way because they got a lot of size and they really know how to throw their weight around. Ty Campbell and Maverick Petrie are talking, and they've talked before in previous games. I know Petrie's not shy of dropping the gloves too, and he's got Goodwin in his crosshairs. Well, like there's a bunch of combustible athletes out there right now. Did you know athlete had 3 syllables? Athlete?
It does today.
That's hysterical. Last minute of play here in the first. Campbell throws Kelt to the ice. Or sorry, that was Granger to the ice. This puck is all the way back into the Elora zone. 3-2, Irish is the score here in the first. We're at the William Allman Memorial Arena here in Stratford. Stratford Fighting Irish and the Elora Rocks.
There is a lot of chatter coming from that Elora bench. They clearly are fired up now. If we were worried that, if Stratford was worried that Elora didn't have their attention, they sure do now. They're a different hockey club than when they started this game. They seem very businesslike, trying to get a job done, but now they've got some real emotion running.
Face off there, it's going to be controlled. Elora is going to bring it ahead, and it's Brad Crisco. He's got one in this hockey game to the outside. Nice save by Torquia on that shot. Robbins will throw it ahead. It's going to be Cameron Stokes with the puck. He'll bring it into the zone. Him and Brulot in the corner looking for it. It's going to be into the middle. Back to the line shot. That was by Kelt, and it was blocked. Rebound by O'Brien. To be picked out of the air by Dunn. He'll hold on for a face-off. We have 15 seconds left in this first period. It's been a good one.
It's been a very good period. Good forecheck there for Stratford. Again, the Robbins line causing all kinds of trouble for the opposition. They are a real handful out there. We'll see if Elora plans to match them up.
Face-off shot off the face-off and stopped by Dunn. This one's back into the Elora zone. We have 7 seconds left to go here in the first. The kids are counting it down. Oh man, that brings me back, Brian. When I was a youngster, man, that was the best part of a hockey game. Even sitting on the bench, you'd count it down. The last like 5, 6, 7 seconds or so, you'd count it down. That was the best, man.
I do remember that. I never really joined in because I always got the order wrong.
Oh, that's great. Stratford Fighting Irish leading in the game 3-2 as we head to the first intermission. We'll be back for the second after this. Stick around. It's going to be a good one the rest of the way. Not him personally, but you know what I mean.
Right.
All right, folks, we're back here for period number 2 here in Stratford, the William Allman Memorial Arena. Stratford Fighting Irish leading the Elora Rocks 3-2 as we head into period number 2. Nathan Torquay, Colin Dunn, our goaltenders. I've noticed that too. I'm not going to make the same mistake I did last week against Tilsonburg. Remember when we found out 5 minutes into the third when they had a goalie switch?
Yes.
Whoops.
Yeah, that one didn't come with the public announcement there. Yeah, just a real good period overall, but you can bet both teams are not satisfied with the way they played. I'm sure that Elora doesn't like giving up 3 goals, and I know Stratford was not happy about giving up that second goal. But otherwise, Elora's proven already that just because they're down a couple players doesn't mean they don't have any teeth.
Absolutely. There's a shot. Nice save by Dunn. That was off the stick of Cameron Stokes. He powered that in on Dunn, and he made a big save. Robbins with the deflection there, just went wide. Into the middle shot. Oh, Stokes didn't miss by much. That might have caught a piece of Dunn. He came out, and I think he might have gotten a piece of that. What a chance. Tyson Kelt with the puck now. He'll throw it across. It's going to come all the way out on the fresh ice, all the way to Stokes at the Elora blue line. He put it in the middle of the brew lot. It is out of his reach, and now they're at the end of his shift. They switch, and it's Broomhead and Brendan Merritt coming onto the ice for Stratford. This puck is ahead. It's an odd man rush. Cameron with Ty Campbell. Oh, and Campbell had to go off the heel of his stick. He had a wide open net. Odd man rush, though, for Elora. They're probably going to do a lot of that tonight.
Interesting stretch pass there, and a real nice play by Merritt coming back and back checking there to try and break up that pass across.
Shot from the line was deflected out by Torquay as he made a save there, and it's face-off in the Stratford zone. Go ahead.
Elora served notice early in this period. Number 1, they want to get in hard on the Stratford defenseman, and they want to stretch the ice out, try and get those long passes going, come through center ice with speed. One thing Jamie Petrie said to me before the game is that they really wanted to control the tempo of play at center ice.
In shot scores Brendan Merritt. Wow, what a goal that was. A beautiful stretch pass. Merritt breaks in. It was going to draw a penalty, but nonetheless, he goes to the glove side and beats him. Big goal for Big Mary.
Well, I hate to be an I told you so. What am I kidding? I love being an I told you so. There's Merritt there, and you can see there's Merritt throwing that monkey off his back. We knew he was a better player than what he's showing, and it sure is nice to see him, a guy who works that hard, a quality guy as well as a quality player. Nice to see him get a goal.
So for Brendan Merritt, that gives him 2 on the season. I believe he's got more than that, though, because his stats with Alvinston aren't accumulated to with the Irish. So according to my sheet, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points with the Irish since coming over. That's impressive.
Yeah, that's his second goal with them. The other one, I think. Great pass by Ferreira, and really, like I said, knowing how good of a person Merritt is, it's really nice to see him get the monkey off his back. Elora's just got to be just fuming right now. I think we'll probably see them ratchet up the emotions again.
In the zone, Stratford player taken down in front. That was Andrew Bogdan who was taken down. This puck's all the way down the ice, and that's going to be a nice call against Stratford.
Real nice play by Bogdan on the back check there. There was a pass in front. He broke that, got his stick on the Elora player's stick and didn't allow him to take a shot. Really nice defensive play by Bogdan.
Face off in the Stratford zone. It's going to be picked up by Elora, only briefly, however, and it's Nick Jung who steals that puck. He'll play that ahead. Jung on this line with Bogdan and Maverick Petrie. No icing on that. That was close, though, at the red line. Gourlay brings this ahead. He tried to look for Jacob Black. It was out of his reach. Really good game, though, by Stratford so far here. That's going to be an icing call against Stratford this time, and it's going to come back into the Stratford zone.
Well, we've referred to the Maverick Petrie line as the sandpaper line in the past, playing with Nick Jung and with Colin Martin on the right side. They don't lose any sandpaper at all having Andrew Bogdan on that line, one of the biggest players in the league, and he certainly plays big as well.
Face off, and it's controlled by the Elora Rocks. They have it in the Stratford end now. This one's going to be picked up and back to the line to Mark Hamilton. Shot, nice save by Torquia through some traffic. He deflects that away. Now it's Nick Jung the other way for Stratford. He goes to the side. He's checked there by Hamilton. Elora picking up the puck. This is Spencer McCormick out there with it. He'll throw it ahead. He's looking for Chad Heron, just out of his reach. Now McCormick has it again, over to Heron. Shot, that's deflected away by Torquia. Edwards puts it back. It's to Brett Denny, who's in the corner trying to fight for it. Comes loose. Good job by Maverick Petrie to get back. It's a ball along the boards to the line to McCormick. He rolls the line. Shot, nice save by Torquia through some traffic there. It's to the line and out. Good anticipation by Edwards there, but unfortunately he throws it all the way down the ice for the icing. Good job, though, of getting in the way, intercepting that pass, and starting ahead with it.
Well, they needed a little break there. Petrie had a nice play behind the net to take the puck away. Didn't realize he had as much time as he did. Gave the puck back to Elora. Almost cost him a goal, but a nice play by Edwards getting it out. We'll see if they can get it out and get a line change that they very badly need.
Puck is going to be picked up in the neutral zone by Elora. Brett Denny will play it across. It's going to come to Edwards. Edwards brings it in across the line. Shot. That goes just off the body and wide. Back to the line to Denny. He takes a big check at the line. That was from Ty Campbell, number 91 of Elora. Big check on the boards. That one was thrown by George. He's going to go in after it. Skropoulos played it across the Condata. It comes across, and here they come again in Elora. Shot, nice save by Torquia there. It's picked up by Stratford. They'll just dump it back into the neutral zone. We have 15:48 to go here in the second period, and Stratford leads it 4-2. This one's ahead by Torquia to Cameron Stokes. He'll throw it across. He was looking for Husarek. He's got it now. Pass ahead. He's looking for Brulot. Couldn't connect with him. Husarek's going to try it again. They'll play it to Stokes. Stokes will put it ahead, and Ray Robbins is going to come in after it. Robbins, though, can't get it to Brulot, and it's going to be picked up by Elora. Up the boards and out. Crisco across. Steve Dole. He's got a chance at it with O'Brien left back. O'Brien does a nice job to get there first. He finds Brulot. Brulot turns in across the Elora blue line. Onside, just barely. This one's across to Stokes. Stokes back to the line. A big shot by O'Brien. Oh, he almost took Ray Robbins' head off with that blast. Got to keep it on the ice, Brian.
It's important to keep that point shot low. He just released it a little bit early.
Big cannon, though, from O'Brien. He's got a wicked shot. And now he's going to join the rush with Ray Robbins in across the line. Robbins into the middle. It was intercepted by back-checking Steve Dole. In across the line, Dole with the shot. Blocker saved by Torquia. This puck is played by O'Brien in his own end. He'll play it ahead. Stokes tried to get around Sinkeldam, but couldn't. It's going to come to Spencer Gourlay at the red line. He'll start it ahead. Couple nice moves in across the line. Leaves it there. Jacob Black. He can't get loose with the puck. Good back checking by the Irish. Stokes in across the Elora blue line now. Try to put it in the middle. He's at the end of his shift. Stratford's going to get a change in. They got to be careful. They might have too many men on the ice there, but they avoid it. Broomhead now is going to put it to the line to Casey. Down low, Merritt. He's sniffing around for another one. Back to the line, Granger. Nice job to keep that in, but it's going to go off the glass and out. That group of people over there had to be careful. Any higher, and that would have hit one of them.
Absolutely. Nice forecheck there by Stratford. Getting a lot of pressure in. Boy, you could just see that goal by Merritt has really changed his kind of his whole game. He looks better. He looks more confident. He always had good hands, but he's really looked sharp, and I'm really going to keep my eye on him moving forward the rest of this game.
This line's been fairly productive. Merritt, Broomhead, Vieira. I've been impressed with how they've played so far here this afternoon. This one's ahead to Ty Campbell. He's going to get to the blue line and dump it in. He'll go in after it. Torquia out to play it. Plays it away from him. And Merritt's just going to get that puck out. Torquia has always been really good at puck handling as well. He's been really good to get the play started in his own end.
He sure has. I sure agree, Andrew.
Tanner Vieira now breaks in. Tried to go to the outside. Hamilton played that perfectly. Number 4 of Elora. Great play defensively by the Elora Rocks defender. This one's into the neutral zone. Casey's going to grab that and put it right down on the ice. He didn't want another penalty after gloving that with his mitt. before and getting a penalty called against him. This one's going to be played ahead now. It'll be tipped into the middle, out of the reach of Campbell. Crisco just puts it back into the Stratford zone. A lot of players there by the bench. Look out. McCormick had to go down the tunnel to get off the ice in a hurry. This one's ahead. Great stretch pass. Steve Dole. Shot. Oh, didn't miss by much on the blocker side, but it's out. And they're going to bring this face-off, I believe, outside the zone, as that went right out, I believe. Yeah, referee says outside the zone for that. Go ahead.
Fantastic stretch pass by Condata coming out of his own zone there. It was a good 80, 90-foot pass, right? Caught him right on the tape in full stride. Got himself a scoring opportunity out of it.
This puck is ahead. It's going to be played off the boards to the Elora, Stratford blue line. Now back into the Elora zone. Lord puts it back to Condado across to Yanni Skropoulos. Skropoulos with a goal last night against the Tillsonburg Thunder. A beautiful one, too, at that. It tied the game at 3. Elora would go on to win the game 5-3. Steve Dole in across the line now. Number 21. Now back to Skropoulos. Shot. Big save by Torquay off that blast. And it's into the netting. So this faceoff's going to remain in the Stratford zone. Good shot, though, by number 88.
Yeah, they're starting to bounce back a little bit from that initial shock of the early goal. I want to take a second to talk about Mark Hamilton, number 4 for Elora. Really understated. If you're old like me, you remember a player by the name of Brad March, who played for years and years in the league, scored about 8 career goals. You won't see Hamilton a lot on the score sheet, but you sure will see him if you're looking for somebody to make a solid play defensively.
Shot from the line by Sinkeldam is blocked by Torquay. It's into the corner. They fight for it there, and it's going to be Stratford bringing it ahead. Sinkeldam does a nice job to keep it in. His shot deflected away by Torquay. They battle for it along the boards. A lot of big bodies out there, and they're banging. That one's in on Torquay. Gloves that. They'll hold on. Torquay's been really good positionally. He's always been that way this year since coming over and joining the Irish.
Well, he's got a real history, doesn't he, Nathan Torquay? He's always good, even when he has, and everybody has off games, but even his off games are good. And boy, I've said it before on these broadcasts, when he blows hot, he sends a lot of guys back to the bench shaking their heads.
Yeah, he's been nothing but a stabilizer in that net for Stratford. And you know what? Early season struggles, the goaltenders struggled mightily, and Jamie Petrie will definitely echo that statement, and he's found a real gem, though, in Nathan Torquay.
He sure has. What a great addition to this hockey club.
Stratford coming into the game 5-6-1. With a win, they could get back to 500. That would be pretty monumental for the Irish. Elora 11-1. 12-1 now with the win last night, and it's a real dogfight amongst 1 through 4.
It sure is. Stratford has really come into their own here. We've mentioned the difficulties that Tillsonburg has had lately. Strathroy is a really good hockey club, but I really feel like the league at the top end is really starting to bunch up a little bit, and we are just past the halfway point in this inaugural Western Ontario Super Hockey League season, and it's just getting better and better, and the teams are starting to bunch up a little bit. It's really great for the league.
Puck is in the Elora zone. Battle for it there. It's going to get out. Brulot knocked that down, but it was touched by Elora, so no high stick there. Brulot plays it around, and it's going to come to Tyson Kelt. He'll play it across to Sean O'Brien. He's going to go ahead and let Brulot stay back for him. Oh, what a move! Shot scores! Wow! Sean O'Brien! A nifty move to get around the one, and he makes no mistake beating Colin Dunn through the 5-hole, and it's 5-2 for Stratford. Wow.
Well, he's making Coach Jamie Petrie look like a genius, putting him back on defense. He said, in a conversation we had before the game, we had a chat about O'Brien. I like to put him back there. He said he can dictate the play of the game. He is that good. He might be one of the best defensemen in the league on top of that. Just a great move by him, and what a goal by Sean O'Brien. Made a move, shot at 5-hole, and you start to wonder maybe if Elora is going to consider changing goaltenders here.
Yeah, back up tonight is number 70, Anthony Marshall. Marshall got his win in his debut game starting for the Elora Rocks against the Alvinston Killer Bees. And he's a big guy. I guarantee he's over 6'5". He's a massive guy, but it's Stratford's goal nonetheless. So Brian gets the goal. Tyson Kelt with the assist, and number 10, Graham Brulot. So it's 16 from 25 and 10. And that gives the Irish a 3-goal cushion here as they lead 5-2 here in the second period. For O'Brien, that would be goal number 8 on the year and 16th point.
I think Granger's going to get a penalty here. Stratford for sure. It might be Granger out in front of the net.
So it's going to be a penalty to Brendan Merritt for cross-checking.
Just a little bit aggressive on the out in front of the net on the Elora forward, and you know, that's a tough penalty, especially after they just scored a goal. Stratford gets up 3, and this is important. This is an important power play this early in the game. If they can kill this off, they can get the momentum. Having said that, Elora can really get themselves back in the game with a power play goal here.
So 5-2 Stratford is the score. The latest goal by number 16 Sean O'Brien, with his 8th goal of the season and 16th point. We're at 9:40 to play here in the second, and Elora has just gone to the power play. Brendan Merritt off for cross-checking, and Elora controls and sets up on this power play here. So Merritt for cross-checking. This puck is to the line. Going to be touched by Skropolis, and they're going to bring this face-off back, I believe. That's a high stick for Skropolis. He knocked it down with the stick above his shoulders there and touched it immediately.
That's an instinctive play by a lot of players. One that coaches will try and stop. Players, no good can come of it when you stick your stick up that high. It's either going to be a face-off or potentially a penalty if you happen to stick somebody, but it is an instinctive play, so you don't want to be too hard on the defenseman when you do that.
I thought that face-off would have come back near the Elora blue line there, but no avail. Face-off here, and it's controlled, and it's into the Stratford end as Elora sets up on this power play. Good job by Petrie to steal. Does he got enough speed? No, he doesn't. Condata, nice job to get back. He almost got burned by Petrie there. Oh, Petrie with a big check on Jeremy Goodwin. Elora has it now in the Stratford end. They're going to control it, try and set up on this power play here. Try and get back in the hockey game. Good play, though, by Stratford to get that all the way down the ice. Petrie's one of the better penalty killers that Stratford has. He's excellent.
Real nice play by O'Brien, finding a hole to get the puck down the ice there, too.
This one's back to the line. Could be played across to Spencer McCormick, across Trevor Lord. Shot. What a block there by Cameron Stokes. McCormick. He gives the puck away. Look out. Stokes has it. He's got one back, though, in Condata. He just takes it to the outside, dumps it in around him. Oh, and he gets thrown to the ice, and that's a penalty call, as Condata is going to get a penalty, and that's going to do it for the Elora power play.
Yeah, entirely too aggressive there, taking that player out. You could call that interference. You could call that a couple of things. I think probably going to be interference. Roughing penalty it will be. Just a little bit, just a little too aggressive on there. All he had to do was get in front of him, and his partner had the puck, taking it back up the ice. Just not a good way to end the power play for Elora. And to be honest with you, they have looked quite flat in this second period. I think they're really back on their heels. Stratford surprising them. This is a different Stratford team than they remember, I would think. I think they beat Stratford fairly handily up in their barn about a month ago. This is a completely different Stratford team, and the rest of the league had better take notice that the Stratford Fighting Irish are now announcing themselves to the rest of the league.
So we're going to play some 4-on-4 here. Gaffney threw it into the middle. Nobody home, though. Lots of ice out there for these two teams that are very skilled, so we'll see how that comes into effect. Jung with the big check into Sinkeldam. He was shaken up after that. Jung out there with Petrie on this 4-on-4. That one's into the netting and out of play. But like I say, lots of skating out there for all these guys, man, and a lot of talent out there as well.
Well, now we've got Stratford going on an abbreviated power play.
Okay, all
right. They have this 5 forward look, even though I guess technically we have to call O'Brien a defenseman, but there's basically most of their offensive talent out here, and they've got a really good power play.
Shot from the line is knocked down by Dunn, and this one's going to be cleared by Elora. So yeah, like you say, Stratford on the abbreviated power play here with a 5-2 lead here in the second period. Andrew Rogers alongside Brian Hawley, my color commentator, and like I say, one of the best in the biz. He's just been a great addition and a great compliment to me here, so this has been excellent.
Well, thank you for that, Andrew. I appreciate it.
This one's going to be cleared out by Elora all the way in on Torquia. He's got Zach Cameron breaking down on him. Does a nice job, though, to get it to the Elora line. It's going to come to O'Brien. He's got space. Oh, a couple players go down. Oh, to the middle, and what a shot there by Broomhead. He knocked it out of the air. Man, players were flying everywhere there. That's how you do it. That's how you glove the puck out.
This Stratford team smells blood, boy, they look sharp right now.
No, they do. They are flying out there. It's crazy. Good to see. Broomhead gets punched in by, hit in by Mason Sinkeldam in behind the net. It's going to come to Ray Robbins. They're still on the power play here. Stratford is. As this puck is around by Sinkeldam, he'll throw it out. Denny cuts it off in the neutral zone, puts it back to Broomhead. He'll cross the blue line and send it over. Robbins, centering pass. Oh, great chance there. Back door. He was looking for George. And if that puck come in cleanly, he had a shot at coming in undone. Wow.
What vision by Ray Robbins. How did you see him? I've got the perfect line here from where I'm sitting, and I didn't see George sitting across there. Just didn't waste a second. He knocked that pass down right across the rink to George. Beautiful play. Just took a bit of a hop on his stick right before he got to him.
So yeah, just to give you some context heading into this game, it's the third meeting between these two teams, Brian. They met early on in the season in a back-to-back. You got to keep that in mind. A 4-2 Elora win, and then an 8-5 Elora win the weekend after. So they haven't played against each other in quite some time, but they look like they're matching up really well because they have played very well of late as well, Stratford.
Well, that, as we have mentioned already a couple of times, the combination of them missing a couple of top players and Stratford they've won 4 straight at home, as I mentioned earlier, but this is so far probably the best game I've seen them play all season.
Okay, and it looks like we're back to 5-on-5 here too as well, so take the power play graphic down. Elora's got the puck, big check there by Steve Dole. That one was on Brett Denny. Elora's got the puck in their own end, and they'll bring it ahead, and this one's going to come past Denny and into the Stratford zone. Hugh Sarik's going to have to come back hard and get it. He does. He leaves it there, and he takes a check for his troubles. He's going to come ahead. That was Clayton Lewis throwing it into the middle. He was looking for Edwards. He takes a check from Condotta. Condotta goes down, and it's Clayton Lewis trying to get to the middle, but he couldn't. And now it's going to be picked up by Elora. They have it in their own end. It's to the line. It's kept in. Oh, Lewis was harassed with a stick from behind there. No call. He was trying to get a scoring chance, and now he'll go off and be replaced by Andrew Bogdan. We have a big pile up down low. And they're going to separate the two as George and Skropolis were tied up behind the Elora net. Everything looks to be okay and peaceful for now. Husarik sends that in. He gets checked for his troubles. Off the outside of the post there. Good chance by Elora, but George is going to go off. He had a great shift. Puck is in the Stratford zone. It's going to come around to Petrie. He's just going to play it back, and it's Matt Granger. He blindly throws it around, and it's going to be intercepted by Chad Heron. Back to the line to Gaffney. He looks, shoots. Oh, just squeaks through and wide. Another chance, and now that one's going to go out. That was really close.
That was, the tale of 2 breakouts there. The breakout just a few minutes ago was beautiful. They made 3 passes to get the puck out, took it down and got a scoring chance versus whatever that was there. And I didn't think it was a bad play by Petrie to reverse the flow there a little bit, but it went behind the net and just got Boreas Salming around the boards. And next thing you know, that's all kinds of heck breaking loose for the Stratford defense. Lucky to get away with that there. I tell you what, though, this Elora team I have not seen them play like this. They look angry, they look grumpy, they're passing up loose pucks to try and get hits. They don't look like a team that I have seen play 3 or 4 times this year. They're really disheveled.
Yeah, that's a good word, disheveled. Oh, sorry, disheveled. I don't know what you said, man. I don't even know what that means. Sorry. But that's okay, I'm man enough to admit when I don't know what something means. Oh, Ty Campbell, all alone in front, threw it way over the net and out of play. What a chance.
Well, meanwhile, we were discussing our thesaurus values. There was another giveaway in the Stratford zone, and there was Ty Campbell all alone in front of the net, tried to go high, which, as we've seen over the last few weeks, has been kind of the book on Torquay to go high on him. But there's high, and then there's whatever that was that went up out of play, face off outside the zone.
Yeah, Torquay is not 6'8", so he couldn't have stopped that with anything at that point. But this puck is played ahead. It's 5-2 Stratford with 3:50 to go here in the second period. Stratford has scored. What's the scoring in the second period here? Twice for Stratford?
Yes.
Okay. So Stratford has scored twice, and they've built their lead now to 5-2. But this has been a heck of a game from Stratford from the start of this hockey game. It looked at times where they could have gotten away from them, but they've kept their foot down, and that's been good for them.
Well, like I say, we've seen the good and the bad of Stratford's breakout. When they break out well like that, though, tell you what, Elora's going to have a big problem the rest of the way.
Yeah, you know what, though? Like they're a team that, with their full lineup, though, they're dangerous. Let's not mistake that. It's going to be played down by Casey on the high stick as Robbins caught that above his shoulders, and it's going to be whistled down. Go ahead.
You make a fair point, but at the same time, I think we have to realize that Stratford's speed through center ice is really causing a problem for Elora, and that's precisely what Jamie Petrie said to me before the game. We want to control the pace of the game between the blue lines. We feel like that's really a key to this hockey game. The key to beating Elora is controlling the pace and the tempo of the game between the blue lines, and they've done a really, really good job of that thus far.
Puck is played ahead now into Cameron Stokes. He crosses the red line and will shoot it in. Deflected away there by Colin Dunn. Hamilton took a stick up high. He looks to be in some discomfort, but as he heads up the ice, now he'll have to play defense as he's got Tyson Kelk coming in. Into the middle. That one took a deflection, a weird one at that, and it's going to be sent out. So we have 3 minutes now remaining here in the second period. 5-2 score for Stratford. Later on tonight, it's the Tillsonburg Thunder hosting the Alvinston Killer Bees. It's their Hockey Fights Cancer game and teddy bear toss night. So big ups to them, and hopefully that game will be streamed. This one, however, is not, as you guys will find out when this game becomes available. This one's into the Stratford zone. O'Brien, he'll play it back. Jacob Black with the puck now for Elora. Tries to get into the corner. Oh, another big check there. As Dole takes a big, or O'Brien puts his body in on Dole. Black has it. Into the middle. Backhand, nice save by Torquia. Black has it again. And this one's into the middle. There's a shot by Gourlay. Oh, he just missed, and that's going to take a deflection off the netting. Gourlay was all alone at the side, and he ripped that high, and it went out of play. Wow.
Well, that's the pushback shift that we've been waiting for from Elora. That's a real good line they got put together, and they finally got some pushback and got some pressure on, got the forecheck on, caused a couple turnovers, got a couple scoring chances. They need more and a lot more of that from the rest of their lines.
Face off here in the Stratford end. It's won back by Elora. Condado with the shot. Nice save by Torquia there. Through some bodies. We play back to Condado again. Shot. Toe save by Torquia. Scropolis from the sideboards. Glove by Torquia. Boy, he looks smooth when he puts that into his glove. He
looks very comfortable tonight, and that is bad news for the opposition. The other thing too, that when talking to the Elora coaching staff pre-game, they used the word opportunities, and there's opportunity for players that don't normally get a chance to step up for this Elora team.
I just like how calm, cool, and collected that Torquia is in there whenever he's playing. He just has this real calm nature about him, and he goes about his business. Very professional, and he makes some really good saves, but he makes the easy, like the hard ones even look really easy. This one's back to the line. Big pile up there along the sideboards as, Edwards was knocked down. Backhand, that goes just wide. Fiera with his, takes down Condada. Bodies are flying everywhere out there on the ice as they fight for every inch. This one's in the Stratford zone. Could have come loose. Gourlay shot as he was being knocked down. He didn't get all of that. Back to the line, Scropolis. Shot! Stopped by Torquia. Where is that? It's off the netting. In behind him and out of play. Great save, though, again by Torquia from a point shot that gets through.
Well, one bright light for this Elora team is Spencer Gourlay. He's had at least the second half of this second period. He's been real solid. Had a couple of 3 scoring chances. Probably should have had one a couple of minutes ago when he was alone to the right side of the net. But Elora's finally getting some sustained pressure here.
Well, I mean, he is the Elora captain for a reason, and he's excellent. When you need your big guns to step up, and with the absence of some of your leading scorers, the captain's the guy to do it.
That's well put, sir.
Elora's got the puck now, and they'll bring it ahead, and it's going to be a delayed penalty against Stratford here, as Dunn goes to the bench for an extra attacker, and it's going to be touched up, though, by Stratford, and we're going to get a penalty here. Late in the second, it's going to be an interference call. I didn't see who it was going to be against, though, did you?
No, I didn't see who that was. I think it's going to be
Ray Robbins?
Well, clearly it's Robbins, but he, shockingly, a hockey player disagreeing with a call with the referee. But again, though, I didn't see anything there, to be honest.
That was interesting. Dunn had skated back to his net and then started yapping at the Stratford bench there. That's kind of un-Colin Dunn-like. I've never seen him do that.
I'm not sure I've seen any goalie do that, go to his own bench and then skate across the ice to have words with the opposition team.
Yeah,
clearly he had a point to make.
Well, and it's been a rough night for him. I mean, all things considered, how well he's played this season tonight has clearly not gone his way.
Well, let's face it, I'm not sure. I'd have to check the numbers. You know it better than I do. But has Elora ever been down 3 goals on this whole season before?
You know, well, now, granted, they have played Alvinston 5 times. No disrespect there. But those games have been like football scores. So the only time I think they've ever really been challenged and lost the game is when they lost to Tillsonburg 7-5 early on in the season. In that game, maybe they would have been down. Not to mention, game a few weeks back, they were down 3-1 to Strathroy and ended up coming back and winning in overtime in that game. Not down 3, but down in the game anyway. This one's going to be played around as we have 20 seconds left, and this one's out and all the way back. Laura's going to have to come back here.
Only 15 seconds left in this period. It's a nice thing about for Stratford that the the shorthanded situation at least will be split up.
Kids will count this one down for us as if we didn't already know. Well, maybe we don't. This one's going to be played across and it's going to drain the rest of the time clock. But 5-2 Stratford heading into period number 3. Okay, what's the pressing question is at this point, what does Stratford need to do to wrap this thing up? Because they can't get complacent. They can't sit back on Elora. There's no way they should do that. What's the key to success for them in the third to get this W?
The key to success in the third is exactly the same as the key to the first 2 periods, what they've done so far. As I just spoke about a few minutes ago, as Jamie Petrie said to me before the game, control the tempo of the game between the blue lines, and on top of that, make sure that your breakout plays are solid, no brutal giveaways. You know, they're going to come at you. Elora's going to forecheck you for sure. So, like I say, make sure that you break the puck out safely, control the tempo of the game between the blue lines, and you keep the puck to the outside. And one thing you know for sure is Nathan Torquay is going to have no problem stopping pucks that are going through the middle of that are shot from the outside of the ice.
Second intermission here in Stratford. Stratford Fighting Irish leading the Elora Rocks 5-2. We'll be back for the third in a little while. Stick around. All right, back here for period number 3 here in Stratford. Stratford fighting Irish in the Elora Rocks. Stratford leading 5-2 as we head to the third. Colin Dunn and Nathan Torkia still in the nets for each respective teams. But we got an Elora power play to start here. How big is this power play for both teams, really? I mean, Stratford needs to kill it off just as bad as Elora needs to get a goal here.
Yeah, I believe we got a minute 15 left in this power play. Obviously, Elora needs to pop one here. Stratford go a long way to pulling this upset win if they can kill this last minute 15 off.
We are underway here in the third, and it's going to be Elora off the opening faceoff, and they're going to control it. 5-2 is the score for Stratford. Big advantage here for Stratford heading into the third with a 3-goal lead, but that could be erased in a matter of seconds with this really good Elora team. Big penalty kill also for Stratford, as Brian just mentioned. This one's across to Condata. He'll play it in the neutral zone on the backhand across. Nice pass to Gourlay. They get it in across the line. Jacob Black, big check by Tyson Kelp. And this one's going to come to the line and out by Stokes. He gets tied up there, but he gets it in deep enough and he'll go off for a change. Stokes, good job penalty killing.
What a great play by Stokes, fighting it through that check to get the puck out and down the ice.
This one's all the way in now into the Stratford end. Chad Heron will play it in deep. Haven't really heard much from Heron tonight. He's typically been very, very good, sometimes entering into the top 10 in scoring, but been snake bitten here tonight. Puck is battled for in the corner, and Robbins is getting set to rejoin the play, and he steps back on the ice, and that'll do it for the Elora power play. So good job by Stratford to kill off that one. Gourlay shot, that goes wide on the glove hand side, and Bogdan and Gourlay come together there. This puck is all the way back in the Elora zone. Back to 5-on-5. 5-2 Stratford. We're early on here in the third. This one's across. Hugh Starrick sees that go to Mitch Casey. Casey's going to stop up there and play it to Maverick Petrie. Petrie has to go back, though, to Casey as he was stymied there, trying to get out of the zone. I like that word a lot, stymied. That's a good one. Merritt will play this ahead.
I think he was one of the little rascals.
No, that's buckwheat. Stein and Rip. No, buckwheat. And, You know Whoopi Goldberg's in that movie? Yeah, she's Buckwheat's mom. Yeah. And Reba McEntire, too, I think, is in that movie as well. This puck is played across. We're talking about, of course, the Little Rascals from the 90s. Hey, answer this. What's the better movie, Little Rascals or Little Giants?
Probably like asking which one is the healthier leper.
Fair enough, fair enough. Both good movies, classics. This one's going to be played in the Stratford zone by Elora. There's a shot off the both posts. I think that went off both. One and the other. Holy, what a chance that was for Elora.
Well, Broomhead is going to have to go back and thank both those posts, because when you're up 3 in the third period, you don't want to make a move at the blue line trying to get a play going. You got to be strong on the puck and get it out of the zone.
That one went off of Brendan Merritt's helmet, and he's going to go off. He looks to be okay, but boy, that had to hurt. Yeah, he took that one right off the helmet. Good old Blaine Myers is opening and closing the bench down there, and he's having a look at Brendan Merritt. Wow.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. And of course, Blaine Myers, a man of many talents. Not only is he one of the lead sponsors, but he also runs the door on the offense end.
Yeah, so his visor actually came off. That's wild. It's in the official's hand. Holy smokes. Hopefully Brendan Merritt's okay. He doesn't have his helmet on now, so he'll have to get some repairs. But he's currently on the Stratford bench. Wow, that could have been dangerous. So you got to watch for pucks coming at every angle, and when they get up in the face area, that could be dangerous.
And that certainly has the visor proving its worth, doesn't it?
This puck is ahead, and it's going to be played by McCormick at the blue line. He can't get the puck in deep, though, and it's going to come back into the neutral zone. Skropolis will play it back to Mark Hamilton. Hamilton ahead. Jacob Black over to Skropolis into the Stratford zone. Hopefully they can get a whistle to get Merritt's face mask or shield back to him there, because it's on the other side of the ice. So Brendan Merritt can't even go onto the ice for a shift if his regular turn comes up in the lineup here. This one's going to be deflected away by Torquia. He played him behind the net. Luke Holzer is there, but he couldn't come up with the puck, and now it's out. And it's going to be all the way back into the Elora zone. Dunn's going to have to come out and play it away. And he does. It's to the line, kept in. Hugh Sarek, shot, nice save by Dunn. Battle for it in front, and it's going to come to the line, kept in by Brett Denny. This one's ahead, it's in the corner. To be played into the middle, shot! Clayton Lewis didn't miss by much. I think it might have taken a deflection. They come together, though, on the sideboards there, and it's going to be Elora coming ahead with it. Jacob Black in across the line, shot. That goes off of Denny and wide. Good job defensively by the Stratford defenseman. Former Mitchell Hawk, Brett Denny.
He's been really solid tonight, really having a strong game.
He's out there with Greg Husarek, number 8, former Milverton four-wheel drive. I think he played some time there this year already with them. This one's going to be Husarek's puck in behind his own net. No whistles yet, and we're 14:36 to go here in the second. That's going to be an icing call, and now Brendan Merritt will get his face visor back. It's an icing call against Stratford, and this face-off is going to come back in the Stratford end, I believe. Go ahead.
The Elora bench is claiming that somebody made a change during that icing play. The linesman disagreed. I think we're all set. Now Merritt's got his visor back. Hopefully he'll be able to get back on the ice in the next couple minutes. Really good start for Stratford this period. Very good start to the game. Of the third period, to get the first 5 minutes burned off without getting a goal given up.
So Bogdan and Chad Herron have words as there's a scrum here, and obviously Maverick Petrie has to put his 2 cents into it as well.
He's a talker.
He has a propensity to opine on occasion, definitely. So, yeah, this is really good. You can just tell, though, we talked about this in the second period, the Elora team is just sort of off. They're a little off today. I don't know whether they're dopey or whether they're grumpy or which one of the 7 dwarves they are, but certainly we've seen them play a lot better than they have tonight.
Jung breaks his stick on that shot attempt there. He's out there without a stick. He's going to go off here, and he's going to be switched out by Broomhead. But it's Elora with the open space shot. That goes off a body in front. It didn't make it all the way to Torquay, I don't think. This one's going to come across. Oh, great chance by Fiera. He's got speed. Condota, scores! Oh, whoa, whoa. Condota goes crashing into the net afterwards. But Tanner Fiera puts it around the defenseman, breaks in all alone, and makes no mistake, goes 5-hole on Colin Dunn, and that makes it 6-2 for the Irish. What a goal by number 79.
Just a fantastic individual effort. Made the play at the blue line, caught the defenseman flat-footed, and he was off to the races. Beat the other defenseman to the net. You could almost tell as he came in from our angle anyway, he was going to look 5-hole there. That is the second or third goal scored 5-hole on Dunn tonight. They seem to, for as good a goalie as Dunn is, they seem to have, I don't know whether that was the scouting report on Dunn or whether that's what they're just trying as they come in, but I tell you, it's just another really nice play by another Stratford forward.
And boy, Mateo Condota goes flying into the post after that goal scored, and boy, that had to hurt. Fiera comes together with Sinkeldam. They have words. As they come back up the ice, it's Elora's puck now in the Stratford end. Shot, save, rebound. Oh, and they score. Ty Campbell gets one right back for the Rocks after that goal. And now we're down to a 6-3 lead now for Stratford. Bang, bang, just like that, a matter of goals in a matter of seconds.
Just like that, for as good as Stratford has played the last 30 or 35 minutes without giving up a goal, that just proves that this is a really dangerous Elora team, and if you fall asleep in your own end, they're going to bury it.
13:36 to play, Brian, and so the goal is to give you guys an update on what's just transpired here. For the Stratford Fighting Irish, Tanner Fiera scores. That's his 3rd of the year and 10th point. For, Elora, scoring for them, number 91, Ty Campbell. That's his 4th goal of the season. He had an early season hat trick, but that's his 1st goal since. Center pass, scores! Cameron Stokes! Woo! It might be cold and windy outside, but it's on fire right here in the Almond. What a goal.
Well, when you get to this point in the hockey game, you need to start taking chances on the pinch. and it was Gaffney who came in, chased the loose puck down in the corner. I didn't catch who made the nice play off the boards, but he sent Robbins and Stoke away on the 2-on-1. The defenseman went to the shooter, and I think we were talking about this earlier. I think we're going to get a goaltending change here.
So, let's see here. I don't know. I don't know if Marshall's coming in or not. I think he might.
Sure looks like he's coming in. And I don't think we can blame Colin Dunn for the fact that Elora's down 7-3 at this point. Just Stratford taking advantage of their chances. What a beautiful play by Robbins. A bit of a mistake by the defenseman coming across. Generally on a 2-on-1, you want to take away the pass. He went to the shooter. Robbins said, "Thank you very much. I'm just going to put it across to Stokes." Dunn was already down, and Stokes made no mistake. Roof Daddy up in the top shelf.
So the new goalie in the Elora net is number 70, Anthony Marshall. And this puck is in on him. So that'll do it for Colin Dunn. The book has ended on him, 7 against. Cameron Stokes with the goal. For him, that's goal number 3 on the year. And Ray Robbins with a beautiful assist there. He's been absolutely amazing for the Irish here this afternoon.
And just a shout out to Graham Brulad, who was the guy who got the puck past the pinching defenseman and started off that 2-on-1 break.
Elora's got the puck now. Here's a shot. Nice save by Torquia. He'll hold on. Condata, good to see him back on the ice after that scary play there where he goes flying into the goalpost. Those goalposts aren't very nice if you slide into them at full speed, Brian.
They're a lot better than they were back in the day, but they still are quite unyielding.
So we got a face-off coming up here in the Stratford end with 12:35 to play. Stratford now leads it 7-3. We've had a number of goals here, 3 in the last minute and a half, it seems. I'm sure it's probably more than that, but it sure seems like it's been bang, bang, bang anyway. And yeah, just now we got Anthony Marshall in net for Elora. Go ahead, Brian.
To be exact, 3 goals in 1 minute, 8 seconds.
Wow.
And as Stratford does again, and how many times have we seen this year? Stratford scores 17 seconds after Elora scored. We had it twice in the game against Strathroy where they scored 15 seconds. They have a real habit of scoring back right after getting scored on.
Yeah, no, you're right. They do have a propensity to do that. And you know what? More times than not, though, it's not the ideal way to play a game when you're having to do that. But at the end of the day, you get the result, you get the W, it's all that matters. You really don't question much at that point. You got to win sloppy sometimes.
Sometimes you got to win ugly. Absolutely. Great point.
This puck is ahead now. It's going to come all the way back into the Elora zone, and Mason Sinkeldam's going to have to come back after it. He's in behind the net of Marshall, who goes down after Bogdan makes contact. Cameron pinches off Bogdan. Bogdan will go off for a change. Number 64 of the Irish. Black plays this in deep. 4 players in deep for Elora there as they try and press here. They're down by 3. Or sorry, 4 now. Sorry, 7-3 is the score. I apologize. Oh, whoa, almost too many guys out there on the ice. Now they do have too many. Oh, nope, they're good now. Boy, that was close. That could have been called.
Referee's giving them a long leash on these line changes.
Like I say, there was a lot of leniency there. Yeah, you're right. This puck is off the boards into Torquia. He had Cameron bearing down, but was able to throw it into the neutral zone. Now it's ahead. Nice pass to Brendan Merritt. Shot. Marshall, nice save. Into the middle. No shot there. Nice save by Anthony Marshall there as he's in relief of Colin Dunn, who allows 7 in this hockey game. That's going to be a blemish on his goals against and save percentage, I think. But either way.
Colin Dunn had to consider himself lucky he got rid of the puck there. Brendan Merritt had him in his sights. Just got rid of the puck in time. Tough offside there call for Elora.
Yeah, in offside there, and the play is whistled down. Jacob Black there talking with Hayden Broomhead. Haven't really seen much from Broomhead tonight in all this scoring. Like you expect, he's a scoring machine, 8 goals, 2 assists, and no points for him tonight in this high-scoring affair.
Well, and that's maybe a testament to the kind of game that Stratford's playing, that a quality player like Broomhead, where they score 7 goals and they can do it without Broomhead getting any points.
No question, though, he's an important piece of this team, and he's a really capable goal scorer out there. This one's going to be by Brulot, and it's going to go to Spencer McCormick in his own end, and it'll start it away for Elora with 10-11 to go here in the third period. Do you have something?
And that's 7 goals for Stratford from 7 different goal scorers, and I think that's certainly notable.
Brulot now breaks away. He's got Robbins breaking. Keeps. Try to find a man, but all the players came back there and put the lanes, got in the way of the lanes nicely. Yeah, speaking of that, they've done that a number of times where they've scored a number of goals, and it's been all different goal scorers. It's been pretty impressive, to be honest. This one's ahead to Steve Dole. He had Granger press on him quickly, taking away that scoring chance potentially. Very good defensive play by number 13.
Absolutely, and a nice back check by Sean O'Brien as well.
7-3 Stratford is the score. We're here in Stratford. Andrew Rogers alongside Brian Hawley. It's been a great afternoon here in Stratford. 7-3 Irish lead over the Rocks. Backhand on Torquay, makes the save, and he'll hold on the rebound as well with Luke Holzer right in on him. And Torquay, really solid, makes the save, holds on. Go ahead.
And no surprise there, Torquay back stopping this balanced Stratford attack. When you have confidence in your goaltender, when it gives you confidence, when you're playing with confidence, you skate better, you think better, everything's better when you have confidence. This team has played solid from the goaltender out. Good coaching, good speed, good breakouts. Boy, I tell you, it's really been interesting to watch this young Stratford team progress over the year.
Oh, big check there. Ed Gaffney coming across, and he laid the body on Sean O'Brien, put his hip into him, and boy, he felt that.
That was a little bit low near the knee. I wonder how that's going to, Stratford won't react well to one of their best players being hit like that.
And Gaffney takes a swing at Clayton Lewis, too. He's out there just, that's the kind of thing you don't like to see from anybody, really.
Well, this game could go south quite shortly if we're not careful here.
This one's into the Elora zone. Marshall's going to leave it there for Mark Hamilton. He takes a check from George, number 19. This one comes to the line. Kelp keeps it in. It's going to come all the way around and out the other side. They keep it in at the line. Petrie gets that in deep. But now it's going to be Skropolis coming ahead with the puck. He gets harassed. And oh, Tyson Kelp stepping up on Skropolis, and they go wrestling down to the ice. A linesman's going to come in and separate them. Big check, meanwhile, in the Stratford zone there. Petrie takes his man down. It's getting physical out there. Bogdan just took his man down, and we're going to get a whistle here.
Tell you, the referee better call something soon. Something's going to happen. I'm telling you, this game's spiraling into a bit of a dangerous spot. We got 8 minutes left in a 4-goal hockey game. I don't think that the result is much in doubt, but I tell you what, you better get these teams calmed down because it's starting to get a little grumpy out there.
Well, and we've seen before, Brian, too, where a game can get out of hand and not be controlled by the referees. In previous instances, what they would do is take a guy out from a scrum, give one the penalty, and then expect everything to just be hunky-dory after that. It wasn't the case in that game. The game got out of hand, and it got a bit ridiculous. They want to avoid that here. They're going to have to do something.
It's not the kind of hockey you want in a new league. You want to have good hockey with good games and good competition. And having this type of extracurricular activity late in the game doesn't do anybody any good.
You're right about that. Chance there by Elora, and it's deflected out. We're going to have a face-off here in the Stratford end with 7:44 to go in a 7-3 game for the Irish. They just got to hang on here at Elora. I mean, they could strike. They have a quick strike offense. Stratford's got to do a good job here and just put the hammer down, which they've done as they've built a comfortable 4-goal lead. But there's no sense of letting up at this point, in my opinion. This puck is ahead, and now it's going to be Jacob Blacken across the line. He stops up there, stops, looking for a man, puts it down low. He's looking for Gorley back door, but it just missed him. This one's over across the Condata. He looks towards the net, tried to play it across the Gorley, couldn't get a shot away. He has his stick in the armpit of Fiera. That had to be uncomfortable. This one's ahead to Gorley now as Black takes the spill in the corner. Back to the line. Nice play by Spencer McCormick to keep that bouncing puck in. That looked like it was more like it was being played outdoors because with all the wind swirling.
Real nice hand-eye by McCormick. You're right, absolutely. And a solid play by Casey, getting it up off the glass, getting it up out of the zone without an icing.
Casey now will throw it ahead. He was looking for Robbins, but it was intercepted by Gaffney. Gaffney comes in and he takes a stick to Gaffney. Robbins and Gaffney talking. I think Gaffney just has a hold of his stick just for fun. Why not? He has his own stick he can play with. Come on. Gaffney's been in the nose of many Stratford Irish out there. Stokes has a man. He's got him. Shot! That was by Tyson Kelt stepping up on the rush. But a nice save by Marshall to get across. Good chance there. Stokes again. Shot! Oh! Great save by Marshall with his shoulder, getting a shoulder on that. Wow, 2 big saves by the tall netminder of Elora.
Welcome to the game. Marshall, absolutely 2 really nice saves there. Absolutely, well put.
Big check there by Tyson Kelt on Jeremy Goodwin. He went down. This puck is ahead. It's going to come out. Robbins had it hit him, and he's going to put it ahead. Here's Cameron Stokes. Shot! That one deflected over the net. Robbins has it again. He gets checked down by Mason Sinkeldam. This puck is ahead now, and it's Zach Cameron. He gets across his blue line. Now he'll turn back with 5:30 to go here in the third. Irish still leading 7-3. Go ahead. You got something?
I was just going to say that Robbins had another really good shift there. Even when he's just trying to protect the puck, he's really still a handful for the other team.
Shot there. That goes off a stick and into the netting and out of play. Good rush there by Stratford, but yeah, a couple, it's been real ratchety here in the last few minutes. But Stratford still continues to lead.
Well, you just don't want that to you don't want to overlook the kind of game that Stratford's played tonight. This is clearly the best 60 minutes of hockey they put together. What a transition. I said it earlier, and I don't want to, spout hyperbole, but I tell you, the transition, the development of this team has really been impressive so far.
Nice save by Torquia there off the stick of Trevor Lord with the shot. Stratford next on the ice next Saturday. They're at home again at 4:30 when they host the Alvinston Killer Bees. Speaking of the Killer Bees, they're in Tilsonburg tonight for the Hockey Fights Cancer game and Teddy Bear Toss night, so big ups to them. But this Stratford team, they've been playing really, really good hockey of late, and it's obviously showed in the standings as well. With this win, they'll jump into 3rd place. They'll leapfrog Tilsonburg. They've been hot on their heels of late, and now they're going to get a chance to briefly be in that 3rd position. This puck is ahead by Nick Jung. He'll skate in across the line, go to the far side. Sinkeldam on him, checks him into the boards. Bogdan, though, takes down Sinkeldam from behind. He's not happy about that. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion here, but Bogdan, I believe, is going to get a penalty here.
Yeah, a little overbearing there, Bogdan. He engaged on a player that didn't know he was there. I don't think he had the puck. Nothing too serious, though, but serious enough to warrant a penalty, especially at this point of the game. Get him off for a couple of minutes and let cooler heads prevail.
So Bogdan's going to get a penalty. I didn't see what they motioned for the penalty. Probably roughing or maybe boarding or something like that. But, okay, now Bogdan realizes it's him going off. I don't think how he could not know that he was going off for a penalty. But either way, the hit's on Sinkeldam and he has to go off.
Right, it's a cross check, and that's, you could have called that a couple things, but in the end, he disagrees, but that's a smart call by the referee when you've got a situation like that, where you got a vulnerable player that gets hit at a four-goal game with 4 minutes to go. It's just get him off the ice for a couple minutes and keep control of the game, as we mentioned earlier.
4:19 to play here, and Elora goes on the power play, trailing by 4. Nick Jung in the middle, he's going to get control of that and send it all the way down the ice. Good play.
I think also you have to mention, there's one, even though he doesn't have any, I don't think he has a point tonight, but Nick Jung has played a wonderful game, solid defensively, one of the better games I've seen him play. Good on him.
Yeah, he hasn't made the score sheet, but he's looked solid, you're right. Number 15 is Stratford. This puck is ahead and it's going to come out. Stratford doing a nice job, though, on this penalty kill. I've noticed they've implemented a 1-3 system. Send one guy down, play 3 near the blue line. Don't let any odd man rushes come into the zone. That's smart.
Also very aggressive on the puck and trying to take away time and space for the power play.
Spencer McCormick at the line will play it across. Kandata looking for space. Into the middle, nice deflection, nice save by Torquia off the stick of Gourlay, who tipped that right in on Torquia. Gourlay again in behind the net now, on the backhand. And look, Jacob Black shot that well wide to the glove hand side. Kandata has it at the line. He'll find the middle, shot, nice save by Torquia. He had to be sharp on that one. That went off of Petrie and stayed in the zone. Tough break for Stratford. Into the middle. Shot. Oh! Did Torquay get a piece of that with his blocker? He might have. That one's all the way down the ice. Great save, though, by Nathan Torquay there.
What a play by Ferreira. He had a slam dunk out in front of the net. Ferreira came from nowhere and lifted his stick and stopped him from getting a shot. What a wonderful play by him.
Puck is ahead. Elora still operating on this power play here. Oh! O'Brien tipped that right in on Torquay. That could have been awkward. That would make awkward conversation later. Hey, thanks for scoring on me, bud.
Would have made for an interesting conversation in the room after the game.
Shot is deflected in. Torquay makes the save. Final seconds of this penalty is off, and Bogdan steps back on the ice, and Brulot comes over the boards for him. We're back to even strength with 2:12 to go here in the third. 7-3, Stratford is the score, and that one goes off the netting. We're going to get a whistle here. But yeah, we got now 2:07 to go in the third period. Stratford 7-3. They've looked unbelievable tonight.
We talked about this between periods off air. This is the best game. The second period is probably the best single period we've seen them play. And scoring the early goals in the third period just to salt this game away. I tell you what, I don't know where they're going to go from here. Not only are they 5-game winning streak, but they have beaten every other team in the league in the last 3 weeks. And so clearly they have served notice that they are, a threat. And you can talk about shorthanded teams, what have you. Strathroy came in, was missing a couple players. Tillsonburg came in, missing Jake Brown. Elora comes in, missing Utley. But at the end of the day, Utley isn't going to make a difference in a 7-3 hockey game.
Yeah, like you say, Brian, I mean, come on. Like, what is happening here? Like Goodwin, or Jeremy Goodwin and Ray Robbins had each other tied up in that face-off long after it was over. Robbins just takes down his man. They're going to come back up the ice here. Robbins is going to go off. Go ahead.
Goodwin has had a bee in his bonnet most of this hockey game.
Vieira blasts that in, and that hits Zach Cameron. Cameron chips it by Broomhead. He's going to go, and Brulot's going to send him back. We're down to 1:15 to go here in the third. But yeah, like you say, Brian, I mean, at any point you can't make the excuse that we do have our top guys out. Sure, that's a problem, but your guys have to step up in that case. They're still players, they're still athletes. These guys are still good at hockey. There's no reason why they can't play well. That's just how it's got to go. You got to step up for your guys that are out of the lineup.
100% agree, and let's keep in mind that Stratford is still missing 3 top defensemen. That's the reason O'Brien got put back there in the first place. They're missing Macy, and they're missing Garrett. They're missing a couple of fellas. Sorry if I don't have the names right away on me, but
Matt Martin's out.
Matt Martin's out as well. So I mean, at the end of the day, they're missing 3 players as well. They're not missing a player at the caliber of Utley, but at the same time, it's a 7-3 hockey game, and it's clearly been one-way traffic since the end of the first period.
Down to 20 seconds left here in the third as Broomhead sent that in on Marshall. This is all the way back in the Elora zone now. And Sinkeldam has it in behind his own net. But boy, hats off to the Irish. They're back to 500 with this victory here. They are now at 6-1. And officially, Brian, they are in third place in the Western Ontario Super Hockey League standings. Great victory by the Irish.
Well, every reason to celebrate. Got a good crowd, had a good hockey game. The team looks great. And I realize that Tillsonburg's probably going to take that spot back later on tonight. But at the end of the day, all that matters is this. Stratford, as I mentioned earlier, has now beaten every team in the league in the last 3 weeks. And therefore, it's every reason to believe that they have the potential to beat any team in the league when it comes to playoff time. We're halfway through the season, and Stratford is clearly winning the most improved team in the league thus far.
A big victory by the Stratford Fighting Irish. They improved to 500, 6-1, and currently sit in third place in the Western Ontario Super Hockey League standings at 14 points. They are 13 points, one clear of the Tillsonburg Thunder, who have 12. They are 6-8. They play later against the Alvinston Killer Bees, who are 0-13. So, but let's go with. I mean, we don't want to do. Let me ask you, who is your standout player for the Irish here tonight in this victory? Who is your standout player?
And in all honesty, you had 7 goals from 7 different players. You had the goaltender playing awesome, but really, I think it starts with O'Brien. He was locked down in his own end, played well in front of his own net, scored one of the best goals we've seen all year. He had moved the puck out. He's just playing great hockey right now. He's playing at such a high level. Robin's played great. They say you have to win. In the game of hockey, your best players have to be your best players. Torquia, Robbins, O'Brien have been their best players, and when your best guys are rolling, things like this happen where you win 7-3 over the first place hockey team.
This is honestly, it was a great effort by the Irish, and they came out flying. 7-3 victors over the Elora Rocks. This is huge for them. And so now that they're at 6-6-1, they've played 13 games, they're over the halfway point. What do you expect from this team for the second half of the year now that we're into the second half of the season almost unofficially?
Well, I will say this to temper the excitement for this evening. It is an oldest adage in sports that says you're never as good or bad as your last game. They're hot, the bounces are going their way, they're catching teams at the right time, so they have to keep it real where they still can't really match up talent-wise on paper, so it's important for the coaching staff to take this, break down the video of what they're doing well, and keep doing what they're doing. Number one, the solid goaltending. Number two, smart breakouts of their own end. Number three, controlling the pace of play in between the blue lines. And number four, burying the chances that they get. If they're able to do that, then you create something called the whole being greater than the sum of the parts. And that's what Stratford is right now. You can't look at their roster. You have to look at the complete game that they're putting together. And really, they are buying into the coaching staff system. Coach Jamie Petrie has had a vision for this team all along, and they're playing to that vision. And right now, it's all sunshine and roses.
The adage has been on this league that anybody can beat anybody on any given night. Well, that couldn't have rung more true this afternoon here in Stratford at the William All Memorial Arena. Andrew Rogers signing off for Brian Hawley. 7-3 victors for the Stratford Fighting Irish here this afternoon at the Allman. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate all your support, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care from the Allman.